Hello and welcome back to the wonderful world of Google Classroom. Today I'm going to show you a few things about working within Google Classroom. So number one, I'm going to walk you through announcements. Number two, how to add classwork and specifically types of classwork. Next, I'm also going to show you the student view of all of this. And lastly, grading and returning work. So I'm going to be in the teacher group here, the teacher view here. The first thing I want to show you is just share something with your classroom. This is just an announcement, a general announcement, something like that. So let's say, for example, remember that next Monday is vacation, right? So what's nice here is that you can post to all your classes. This one's grayed out because I don't have other classes, but you can select every class right now so that you make the announcements exactly once. Another thing you can do is just add students, or maybe you have an announcement that just for 9th graders or just for 10th graders. So you could select your 9th or 10th graders. Now it doesn't tell you which one are the 9th and 10th graders. So you would have to select them manually here. So I can also add something from the my Google Drive if I have more information about this, a link maybe to more information, video, etc. So, and when I post that, it's going to look like this. And I do want to show you what that looks like from a student perspective. So the students here will see it right here. And if you've allowed it, then a student can make a comment here as well. Now, one thing I did want to point out to you here is that if I were just going to post something, I don't have to post it now. Notice this drop-down menu. I can save the draft because I'm not quite done, so let's go ahead and save that and see what that looks like. Notice that students don't see a draft at all here. I just refresh the student view. They see nothing. But over here, I have a saved announcement, and so here are my options of what I can do with it. I can trash it, or I can keep working on it. So that's an option here. So let's say I actually want to schedule it because I don't want the students to see this now, but maybe on Monday morning, I do want them. So I can post it here and just say, all right, so on Monday morning at 8 a.m., boom, it's scheduled. And so notice that from a student perspective, I still, as a student, don't see anything posted yet. But as a teacher, I see that something is going to be posted on July 20th. Here. And again, if I need to edit that again, I can, or I can delete it entirely. Okay, so that's announcements. Also notice this reuse post icon. If you click this, you can go back into any of your old classrooms at all. So I'm just going to throw something down from last year here. Here's some things the class will need, and I can just reuse the post, and it brings it over. And notice it gives me all the original attachments. I can now select to whom this announcement will go. I can add more. I can schedule my post. I can save the draft, or in this case, delete. All right, so now we have, that's announcements, and it does push down. So notice that the most recent is going to be up on the top. So let's just have this posted here, and let me go ahead and post another thing here. Okay, but let's say that you wanted this one down here to actually take precedence. Notice here, I can click on the triple dot there. I can edit, I can copy the link, or I can move it to the top. And so in moving it to the top, now the student view here sees that one, although it's the latest long ago, it's the one that's on the top because you have made it a priority. Why would I use copy link? So that's from a teacher perspective. Why would I copy the link? Maybe the student says, oh, I never saw the assignment, and they send you an email and you say, ha 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 ha, copy the link, send that back to them, and it'll show up on their browser. All right, so let's go now into classwork, and I'm going to show you a few different options you have. So number one, I'm going to walk through material here. So on the create right here, you just click on create, and I'm going to show you material. And what is material? More specifically, that's like books or graph paper. So as a math teacher, I often want my students to have access to my syllabus. So I might type syllabus, and now I'm going to add, and you can add a link from somewhere else that's posted, a file you have on your computer. Google Drive is a file you have in Google Drive, or a YouTube video as well. So let's say, for example, I'm in my Drive, and I just type in syllabus because I already have stuff available, and I'm going to upload a video right here, excuse me, my syllabus. Over here on the side is a topic. What topic is this? Well, maybe the topic is actually class material. This is just stuff that I want the class to have access to. Again, you can make it available to all students, and you can make it available to all classes. So for example, as a math teacher, if I wanted students to all have access to graph paper, I would give all my classes access to that. So now this is posted, and this is in my class work, but if I look on my stream, notice up here it has a different icon than down here, and this specifically is saying it's a syllabus. And let's show you what that looks like from a student perspective. And the student perspective, again, is my new material, syllabus, and the student sees it right here. There's nothing to turn in, so there's no student work. It's just a viewing option here, and they can look at the PDF here. Okay, so that's material. And like I said, you could put in more material as well. For example, like I said, graph paper or something that they will need to access often. And we can post that to all the classes if we wanted to. Graph paper. So here I can make it as class material, and I can post it, and then a student will be able to see that as well when it does show up as class material here. All right, so back to teacher. What other options do we have here? What else can I create? So one thing that I found is valuable, especially for interaction when we are remote, is a question of some kind. So this question, for example, what 3 ways did you use math this summer? Okay, you can say short answer. You can make it a multiple choice situation. Again, when do you want it to be a due date? I'm going to say it's going to be due on Monday, and specifically, I don't want it at 11:59 p.m. mostly because I don't want students working late into the night. So I often will say like 2:15 p.m. by the end of the day, or by the end of my class, or before my class, something like that. So I'm going to post it like here, and the topic in this case, I'm going to create a new topic, and this one is going to be under discussion. You could also talk about, make your topics the units that you're talking about. For example, if this question was about literature, or was about Huck Finn, or whatever something you're talking about, then it doesn't have to be discussion. Rather, it can be about the unit you're in as well. Okay, so I'm going to show you the student view in just a second here, but please list 3 ways you used math in the response box. Okay, now what does that mean? As opposed to the comment box. So I'll show you that in just a second here. Now, obviously, you can have students watch a video. Here, you can link a video and or other things, just like you always can for other options. All right, so I'm going to ask that, and this is what it looks like in my stream. Notice the icon is different. It's just a question here, and right now over here on the right, I see all my students, and that no student has done anything. It's assigned. I haven't given a grade, and they haven't posted anything at all. All right, so let's see what it looks like for a student here. So the student now gets that icon also up on the top, posted a new assignment. And so as a student, I click on this and notice my answers. If you've enabled comments, maybe some students might want to put their answer in the comment. So watch out. If you specifically want that in the comment, then do so. But over here, your answer. What does it look like? So number 1, I counted fish. I calculated paint surface area, etc. And then turn in. Now that I've turned in, it says you won't be able to make changes. So am I, as a student, ready to do that? And I say, yes, I've done that. Okay. Now, a student has the option to make a class comment to everybody if you've enabled that. But over here, private comments goes directly to the teacher and only the teacher. So let me, as a student, do that. Is this right? And then type over here. And then hit go there. All right, so now let me see what the teacher now sees over here. So I'm going to hit refresh. And we see here that the student work is right there, counted fish, calculated here. I can hit reply. But notice down here as a comment is I see the comment available to me, and I can add a comment back. Yes, good job. Oh, student of your, and then post that. I can also comment specifically on their assignment. Number 1 was very good, but I wish that you had done such and such for number 3. Okay? And then now we can actually give them the grade. Now, you don't have to give a grade if you don't want to. So, for example, let's say this was worth 80%. You don't have to have done a grade at all. I could just put nothing, and I can also return that. I can hit return, and it's going to say, wait, they're able to check it, and it says here they don't have a grade yet. Why would you put a grade or not put a grade? Well, that's your own philosophy. You may put the grade that you put exactly in PowerSchool. Maybe you don't put a grade here at all, and the students always have to check PowerSchool. That's completely up to you here. So usually I put a grade, whatever's in PowerSchool, and then let's see what return looks like. I hit return, and now I see that it's been graded. And let's see what it looks like from a student perspective. So notice that the student has now received this private comment back from me. I have the option to see other classmates' answers if I would like. And I also see what my current grade is right here. So there we go. I could also post over here and say, as a student, and say, wait, I didn't understand the question, etc. And if you as a teacher would like to change the grade, you have that option. Just go in here and say, oops, I misgraded. It's actually 90%. And now notice I can return again. It's a re-return now. So here it gives you options, and you say updated because of error or something like that. Or they completed some work in an email, something like that. And now the student now sees their grade as 90 instead of the 80. Now this grade does not go into PowerSchool, so you have to go over to PowerSchool if you're going to calculate this into their final grade. Okay, so now we've done a question. Now let's see what other options we have in classwork. I can also create an assignment, a generic assignment here. So let's do that, a generic assignment. So as a math teacher, I would say like, oh, I'm in section 3-1 on matrices here. And my instructions would be, for example, I might put the goal for what the day is to understand and work with basic matrices, okay? Number 1, I'm going to ask them to watch a video. Number 2, I'm going to ask them to complete the attached notes. Number 4, upload copies of your notes. Upload notes, recorded notes, right? Okay, so here we go. And then you can also make other comments about how great they are and inspirational quotes, etc. So again, all students, when's the due date? You can set it for 3 days ahead or whatever. I usually try to make it due before class comes. So, so they're coming to my class ready, and I have a new topic now. It's about matrices. Learn to spell. All right, you can add a rubric here if you would like as well. So if it's any rubric here, you can create a rubric, you can reuse a rubric. So for example, right here, level title far below basic, then below basic, and points here, below basic, or you can do it on a scale of 100. So 3 would be basic, 4 would be proficient, or whatever scale you're using, and lastly I'm going to have advanced. Learn to spell. Okay, like so. And you can add far more descriptions in there, but if I do hit save, do hit save, notice that I will have a quick access. I can just click 1, 2, 3, or 4 instead of entering the points as an 80% or something like that. So I'm going to add a YouTube video, for example, and I already have a URL. So let's say, for example, a video I've already made. Well, actually, let's try this. Let's say that you're going to look up matrices or whatever subject it is. I highly encourage you, before you post a video, not even encourage you, like, make sure you've watched this video in its entirety so that it is appropriate for your classroom. Okay, now you can click on this and add, for my sake, I'm just going to grab a video that I've already made and post that. So I can add it as a YouTube. Here I'm just going to post the URL. I can add that there. I'm also going to add some notes. Okay, so I'm just going to make up something here. And then pull in my notes like that. You can also add other things if you would like, other links to a website or forms, etc., like that. Okay, now let's show what this looks like. I'm going to go ahead and hit assign, and let's show what a student has, the student view. So again, this is my classwork. Notice my topics over here are starting to fill in. So if I only want to see stuff about matrices or stuff about discussions or stuff about class material, it's posted. Let's see what a student looks like, a student view over here. So student view over here in classwork also has that same thing. They're saying, oh, the teacher gave me some class material. Oh yeah, graph paper, there it is, right? So they can just click on this sort of like a tag cloud, and that just filters things out. So here, matrices. Watch the video, okay, and collect notes. So here they can download and print this, and then they can watch the video. La 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 la.
Mathematicians.
And then what can they do? How do they upload stuff? They can add or create things. They can add pictures. Now, if they're using iOS, that's going to be a lot easier. They can actually quickly just take pictures of their work and upload that. Now, let's see here. Let's say that a student has marked it as done. Okay, mark is done. What happens? Well, over here, the teacher will now see the work in matrices, and I see he's turned it in. You know, that's basic. It's a 1 out of 5. Not very good. Be sure to attach your work. Okay? Please resubmit. All right. So now I'm going to return that. And now the student can see what the grade is. Right now, oh, I'm at a basic, and then I got that comment, which, oh, I forgot to attach. So let me resubmit here. So I'm going to add something from my Google document, or I'm going to, create something, etc. And then I can resubmit as a student there. Okay, so we have talked about announcements. We've talked about adding classwork, a variety of them. We've shown what the students look like, and also grading and returning work. So I hope you find this helpful. Have a great day.